I really appreciate the work that the Kings are doing around energy, and I appreciate the sharing that's, aloha everybody. My name is Vincent Nina, and I'm an organic farmer, and I'm also president of Maui Aloha Aina Association, whose mission is to promote life-nurturing practices for the body and the soil. So South Maui Sustainability and Maui Aloha Aina are brother kind. I'm also a state board member of the newly founded chapter of the Hawaii Farmers Union. This is an organization that is older than Farm Bureau. It was formed 7 years before Farm Bureau, 1902. So do the math. We're having a meeting, a first Maui meeting. It's going to happen at Tavares Center on Tuesday evening at 6:30. So I encourage you all to please come. And this is what it speaks to. This is, you know, folks, I've always said this, anything I say, you know, when I talk to people, I bring some of our greens from our farm because I say, you know, if you disagree with what I said, well, at least you can say I fed you. And it's a situation where, you know, e kalamai, I don't come up here with any of the answers, but what I do come up with is the fact of being a farmer and knowing the kind of support that I need to Malama the Aina is I want an organization out there that can speak on a national level to support those things that I need as a farmer, you know, to give that support to us. And it's a beautiful thing when you have an organization, and I'll read you the mission statement of the Hawaii Farmers Union. Our mission, Hawaii Farmers Union, advances the rights of farmers to create vibrant and prosperous agricultural communities for the benefit of all through cooperation, legislation, and education. And there's a beautiful vision statement for Farmers Union that you guys can check out too. Go to hawaiifarmersunion.org. So, in essence, I have 2 children, we have a family farm, and I just want them to grow up in a place to where, like Neil was talking about, that they could have an opportunity here. And that's where I come from, that's where I work from. And so, thank you for your time. You know, the meeting is Tuesday evening at Tavares Center at 6:30. The meeting's from 6:30 to 8:30, but the formal meeting is from 7 to 8. The purpose of the meeting is to have is the Maui chapter of the Hawaii Farmers Union. And the purpose to develop a Maui chapter is because last year when I went in front of the council, I'll give you a little story. So here, I'll give you a little background. I was a board member of the Farm Bureau for 3.5 years. I worked on the Farm Bureau feeling like I could make a difference in Maui County, knowing that the national policies weren't really what I felt I adhered to, but hey, I felt like I could make a difference here locally. And our organization was getting funding through the county, through the Farm Bureau, for conferences we put on each year. We put on educational events each year. I don't know if some of you folks have been to our conference. Yeah, right on. Thank you. And so we were told to take a 10% cut in our budget for the following year. And I brought our board up to the Farm Bureau, stood in front of the board and said, here's our budget, we want $20,000 more. And they looked at me like, you're crazy, you're out of line. That's what they said to me, I was out of line. And I said, well, there's $20,000 in your education budget that you're not using. We're getting such great feedback from people about our educational events, we would like to be able to promote them even more. Wouldn't let it happen. So I went to the council and I said, hey, look guys, we don't feel represented by the Farm Bureau. And they agreed. And so they gave us a separate line item. So now what we're asserting to do is we're asserting to get some of the $400,000 of money the Farm Bureau gets through Farmers Union, to have Farmers Union be the umbrella group. So we can have commodity groups, community groups like South Maui Sustainability, get grant funding through the county, through the Farmers Union. So we can have representation here on island. A man by the name of Chuck Walters, the founder of Acres USA, 81 years old, he just passed away last year. I was fortunate to consider him a dear friend. He put his arm around me one time, he said, Vince, because I asked him, I said, Chuck, I'm involved with the Farm Bureau. And you know, it feels like I'm going to the dentist every time I go to a meeting. And I said, Vince, let me tell you about Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau was organized to keep farmers from becoming organized. And that spoke volumes to me. Now, the people on Maui, on the Farm Bureau, are good people. Do not get me wrong. These aren't bad, evil people and all that stuff. I'm not here to make anybody wrong. But the policies of the Farm Bureau, the National Farm Bureau, it kills all this dead in the water. We're not able to move these initiatives because of these policies. And it's very sad. So you know what? Instead of sitting down and sulking about it or quitting or whatever, we went out and we formed a Hawaii chapter of the National Farmers Union. So please look into it. Check out their policies. You know, there was, I'll give you another short story, okay? Do I have a time for one more short story? Sure. If you want to affect policy, okay, if you're on the Farm Bureau and you want to affect policy, you have to get that policy through your county chapter to your state, okay, the state convention. You have to get it through that state convention. When it gets through the state convention, you're one vote that goes national. When you get national, there's 435 other delegates you have to get that through to move that change of policy. Last year, our president of Hawaii Farmers Union went on the convention floor of National Farmers Union and effected policy change. Give you an idea. We can move energy, folks. This is about getting what it is we want to see happen here in Hawaii. So, mahalo. Appreciate your time. Aloha. Thanks, friends.